Do you ever pick up a piece that's a little rough around the edges, but you know it's got potential? That was the case with this vintage maple washstand I grabbed for $50, originally marked at $100. It had a decorative back piece that made it feel a little dated, so I knew right away I'd remove it and repurpose it into a regular dresser. After using a carbide scraper, I started sanding the main surfaces with 100 grit, and luckily the finish came off pretty easily. Always a win in my book. There were a ton of nicks and dings, so I used a combo of 2-part Bondo and some wood putty to fill in the gaps. Then followed it up with a finer grit sanding to smooth everything out. Next up, hardware removal. The drawer fronts got a full sanding, and like many older pieces, the interiors were in rough shape too. I don't always sand inside the drawers, but these were begging for some TLC, so I sanded them inside and out. There were a few more spots that needed filling, so back to the Bondo I went. The last thing I tackled was a split in the wood. I filled the gap with wood glue using a popsicle stick, clamped it down, and wiped off the excess. And that's where I left off. Today I tackled all the least glamorous parts of refinishing furniture. First up, the inside of this piece, which looked like it had been used for both art experiments and science experiments. I don't know if it was mold, paint, or haunted house residue, but I wasn't taking any chances. So naturally, I dragged it outside and blasted it with the garden hose like it owed me money. Then I went in with warm soapy water and a brush to try to de-gunk it. It didn't get sparkling clean, but let's just say it's now safe to breathe near. Next, I played amateur carpenter and fixed a loose slat on the back and replaced a support beam inside. It's always nice when your wooden furniture doesn't collapse under its own history. Finally, I got to sanding the entire exterior. Legs, sides, curves, crevices, you name it. I'm still not sure if I'm going to stain the whole thing or do my usual combo of paint and stain. But for now, I'm just trying to get back to the raw wood. I used my trusty carbide scraper to peel off some stubborn remnants of the last paint job. And for those fancy corners and curves, shape sanding blocks for the win. I wrapped up by giving the top and drawers a once-over with a higher grit sandpaper just to get them ready for the pre-stained wood conditioner. Nearly 3 hours of work and not a lot to show for it, unless you count reinforced structure, a clean interior, and several hundred fewer splinters. Honestly, I'll take it. After fixing a few more sneaky holes, I finally slathered the whole piece in pre-stained wood conditioner. After that, I did some light color matching where I'd used Bondo and then sprayed it with some shellac. I brewed up a taupe paint wash, 1 part paint, 3 parts water. I started with the drawers, then the top, then the sides. I wiped away the excess, let it dry, and then gave everything a light sand. The drawers and the top were looking great, the nice grain was showing through, but the sides, not so much. I hadn't sanded it quite as well as the rest of the piece, and with all those nooks and crannies, it was hard to get a nice, clean, consistent wipe. Then I went in with the second coat. Same process, brush on, wipe off. Top and drawers, gorgeous, but the sides still weren't cooperating. There were rag marks everywhere, and the color was inconsistent, so I switched gears. I grabbed an extremely dry foam brush with just a little bit of pigment and used it almost like a dry brush technique, no wiping at all. I used light taps, soft strokes, and just enough color to blend it out without streaks. I ended up going back a couple of times to touch up areas that looked lighter than the rest. This part took time, but once I stepped back, it all finally felt balanced. Then 3 coats of poly, sanding in between each because we fancy like that. I reattached the original lock covers, and then I opted for a set of gold hardware, 2 pulls and then knobs for the top where it curved. As a reminder, here's where we started, and here's where we are now. From a dingy washstand to a statement nightstand. Now, small dressers can be slow sellers, so I'm listing this baby as a large nightstand. Let's see who swipes right. Do you like turning trash into treasure? Like, follow, and share. You won't want to miss the next flip. My name is Meg, and I show you practical tips for refinishing and flipping furniture. Be sure to hit the follow button for more.